And we say good evening from the HTC Center in Conway, South Carolina. It's basketball time on the Owl Sports Network. Today, your Warren Wilson Owls taking on the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Hi, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you here tonight for this broadcast. The Owls coming in at 7-7. This is game number 2 against an NCAA D1 program. Chanticleers coming in at 6-2. They are undefeated here at home at 4-0. Let's meet the starting lineups. We'll start with the home team, Coastal Carolina. Head coach Cliff Ellis is 752 and 439 in his 40th season. He's in his 8th year here at Coastal, and he's got a 140 and 90 record here inside this building. He'll start this way. At one guard, it's number 0, Warren Gillis. He's a senior, 6'3", 205 pounds from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. At the other guard, it's number 10, Siobhan Wiggins, a redshirt sophomore, 5'11", 180 from Charlotte, North Carolina. And the third guard, number 22, Elijah Wilson, a sophomore, 6'4", 205 pounds from Wilmington, North Carolina. Up front today for Coastal, it's number 21, Tristan Curtis, a junior, 6'7", 220 from the Bahamas. And number 23, Baout Zhang, a junior, 6'7", 220 pounds from Senegal. So that's a look at the Chanticleers. Now the starters for your Warren Wilson Owls. The head coach is William Montz, 23 and 20 in his second season. Assistant head coaches Matt Cantor and Anthony Behringer. And they will start this way. At one guard, it's number 2, Stephen Horton Jr., a sophomore, 6'1", 185 pounds from Yokohama, Japan. At the other guard, it's number 3, Ty Johnson, a senior, 6'2", 180 pounds from Wilkesboro, North Carolina. And the third guard, number 4, Justin Gagne, a junior, 6'2", 180 from Warner, North Carolina. Up front today for Warren Wilson, number 12, Tyler Triplett. He's a junior, 6'5", 205 pounds from Morganton, North Carolina. And number 32, Thomas Hay, a sophomore, 6'3", 185 pounds from Waynesville, North Carolina. So the Owls and Chanticleers here tonight on the Owl Sports Network. Folks, wherever you're listening in from, we certainly do appreciate it and glad to be with you here tonight in Conway. It's Conway or Myrtle Beach, one or the other. It's kind of in that gray area between the two towns. Coastal Carolina right off of Highway 501 here on the Grand Strand. So Coastal Carolina, as I mentioned, they're 4-0 here at home. They've won their last 11 in a row here inside the HTC Center, and they are 230 and 113 against non-D1 schools. Their last loss, 2008-2009 season, they lost to Coker College 80-59. Meanwhile, your Warren Wilson Owls 2-4 this season against the NCAA. The Owls coming in tonight at 7-7. If they can pull off an upset victory here tonight, the Owls would go to 8-7. That would be their best start in recent memory. They started November and December a couple of years ago en route to that national championship at 7-6. So right now they're tied for the best start in recent memory. Owls with an opportunity here tonight to go past that mark. Going to be a little more difficult here tonight than it will, say, on Monday when they host Barber Scotia, but you never know. Owls come out in their road navy royal blue, white stripe, white trim. Chanticleers in their home white, teal, and black trim along the sides. It'll be Hay to tip it up for the Owls against Zhang as we're underway. It's Coastal Carolina who wins the opening tip. And the Chanticleers moving left to right on your screens and tablets. It's Wiggins into the forecourt. Swings it left wing to Gillis, guarded by Johnson. Got his screen, now Hayes on him. Takes it to the free throw stripe. Jumper from 14, no. Offensive rebound by Curtis underneath. And he cleans it up. So Coastal up 2-0. And showing a little press, Gagne gets the inbound. Now throws into the forecourt. It's Ty Johnson on the right wing. Back out to Gagne, and Gagne will set it up. Bounce past Stephen Horton Jr. Again, out near midcourt. Toss to Ty Johnson on the right. Thomas Hay, top of the key. Catches it. Quick toss, Gagne. Gagne dribbles to the right, gets it to Johnson in the corner. Ty fakes the three, dribbles in, kicks it out. Here's a three ball by Horton Jr., who bangs it through. Savor this moment, folks. The Owls lead it 3-2. Wiggins into the forecourt on the far side of your screen. Minute into the ball game. Wiggins on the left, tosses up top to Curtis. Curtis takes a dribble to the elbow, now swings it over to Gillis out near midcourt. Gillis going one-on-one with Ty Johnson, dribbles in, kicks it out. Corner three by Curtis, who is all alone, but it's an air ball, and the Owls clean it up on the boards. So Warren Wilson leading at 3-2. Justin Gagne has it top of the key, drives into the lane, kicks it out. Ty Johnson for three on the right wing, no good. Rebound controlled by Jang. Coastal Carolina outlet goes to Wiggins. Quickly into the forecourt, it's Gillis now on the left wing. Pass to Curtis. Curtis left of the lane. Looking for the cutter, Jang mistimed it. It goes into the backcourt. It's touched by Wiggins. They say it was tipped by Warren Wilson, so Coastal keeps it. 15 on the shot clock, 18:09 to go here in this first half. Top of the key, it's Jang. Jang lost the dribble. Stephen Horton Jr. with the steal. Horton Jr. into the forecourt, carried the basketball. So a turnover there. So if you're wondering, if you're sitting at home thinking to yourself, do my Warren Wilson Owls have a chance in this game? It's going to come down to three-point shooting. We saw the first one go in for Horton. The Owls 1 of 2. Again, this is a team that shoots nearly half of their shots from behind the arc. Coastal Carolina is one of the best teams in D1 guarding it. Underneath, it's Jang. Couple of nice moves. The reverse shot, no good. Put back, no good by Jang again. And Horton Jr. comes up with it. So the Owls catching the Chanticleers cold at the start. Horton Jr. into the forecourt. Now it's Gagne at the half circle. Scoops it to Johnson. Quick toss. Triplet, top of the key. Three. It's good. Well, this is fun so far, 6-2. Warren Wilson up by 4, 17-18 left to go here in the first half. Wiggins across the timeline into the forecourt. He's held by Horton Jr. That is team foul number 1, first foul in the ball game. So Gillis will inbound it over near me. The senior from Philly, 12.4 points per ball game, gets it in the Wiggins. Wiggins out near midcourt with it, directing traffic. Takes it to the top of the key, around Horton Jr. Drives into the lane, can't get the roll. Offensive rebound, put back by Curtis is no good, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Coastal. Coastal Carolina is 1 out of 7 at the start. 17:02 left to go. Chanticleers will sub in. Michelle Inanga, junior, 6'5", 215 pounds from Cameroon. International flair for Coastal. Ty Johnson inbound. Gagne doubled up in the corner, and his pass deflected out of bounds. So the Owls will inbound it again on the baseline. So Coastal going to the press here early on in this first half. 17 minutes to go. Inbound to Gagne again. Doubled up in the corner. Throws it for Ty Johnson. Gillis came up with the steal, but lost it out of bounds. So we will do it for the third straight time on the baseline. Ty Johnson will inbound it. Johnson looking for some help. Gagne comes and catches it. Catches it on the near side. His pass deflected off the foot of Wilson. Comes up with the steal to the cutter, Wiggins, who puts it up and in. So Wiggins with his first two of the night, 6-4. Gagne navigating the press. Throws it to Horton Jr., who walks it across the timeline and into the forecourt. Owls going right to left on your screen here in this opening half. 16:30 left to go. Horton Jr. tosses to Gagne. Left wing three, in and out. Jang with the rebound. Outlet goes to Wiggins. Tosses to Ananga in the forecourt. Scoops it over to Wiggins on top of the key. He's cut off. Swings it over to Gillis on the right. Steps inside the arc. Buries the jumper. From about 17 feet out, we are even at 6 now. 16:07 left to go here in the first half. Stephen Horton Jr. bounced past to Ty Johnson between the circles. Over to Triplet, top of the key. Swings it back over to Ty. Right wing from way downtown. Off the back of the rim, no. Jang with the rebound. Coastal looking to push. Wilson in the lane, and Wilson is fouled. And that will lead us to our first timeout. 15:50 left to go here in the first half. Owls hanging around here. We're tied at 6 apiece, and we will be right back. Take a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule, folks. We'll be back to streaming in video on Sunday. It's ladies taking on Concordia Selma at 2 p.m. On Monday, the men wrap up the first part of the season against Barber Scotia. And on January 10th, that will be our next broadcast. The ladies go to Johnson University. Chanticleers with the basketball out of the timeout. They'll inbound it underneath their hoop. Wiggins left side of the basket to inbound it. 15:50 to go here in the first half. All tied at 6. Anaga has it top of the key. On the right side, it's Wiggins, and the shot clock never started. So we will reevaluate. At the start, the Owls 2 out of 5 from the field. Coastal Carolina 3 out of 9. Coastal 3 offensive rebounds already. Inbound for Coastal goes to Wiggins. Wiggins top of the key. Bounce pass goes to Gillis at the free throw stripe. Gillis. Pass left wing to Cameron, who's come on. So Josh Cameron has checked in. 15.5 points per ball game off the bench. Gets it to Gillis, top of the key. Bounce passes it over to Anaga on the left side. Drives into the lane. Scoops it for Jang, who lost it. And Thomas Hay comes up with the steal. Here come the Owls again, right to left on your screen. It's Horton Jr. into the forecourt. Thomas Hay has it top of the key. Tosses to Gagne, same spot. Horton Jr. gets it same spot. Dribbles to the left. Out to Triplett for 3. It's off the side of the rim, and Cameron comes up with the rebound for Coastal. Cameron pushes it across the timeline and into the forecourt. Pass top of the key to Anaga. Back to Cameron. Cameron at the half circle to Anaga. Same spot. Dumps it under for the cutter. Wiggins. Wiggins with the fake. Goes hard on the shot, and he's hit hard by Thomas Hay. So Hay called for the foul. That'll send Wiggins to the line. That is team foul number 3 on Warren Wilson, and Thomas Hay is shaken up a little bit. So Hay got the foul, but took the worst of it as Wiggins goes to the line. 69% free throw shooter on the season. First free throw up and in. Coastal Carolina leading it now 7-6. Sub as Thomas Hay's going to come out. Hopefully he's okay. E.J. Patterson on, the freshman, 6'3", 170 from Lancaster, South Carolina. Wiggins going to go 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. He does, and he will come out as coming on for him. Elijah Wilson checking back in for Coastal, who lead it by 2. Again, full court press. Ty Johnson inbound to Horton Jr. Tip pass back to Gagne, who gives it to Horton Jr. And Coastal backs off the press. Horton Jr. into the forecourt. Now to Triplett on the right side. Driving on Wilson. Pull-up jumper on the baseline from about 10. No good. Rebound by Anaga. Here's Cameron into the forecourt. Steps into a three up top. Missed it back rim. Offensive rebound by Jang. Gets it out to Gillis. Right corner. Top of the key. It's Cameron. Open three. No good. Patterson with the rebound for the Owls. So Coastal staying cold here, and the Owls still hanging around. 14:09 left to go here in the first half. Horton Jr. into the forecourt, dribbling at the top of the key. Bounce pass to Patterson at the half circle. Patterson swings it over to Steven on the right side. Takes it right at the lane. Tried to bank it in. No good. Rebound controlled by Gillis. Gillis into the forecourt for Coastal. Turns up the Jets. Into the circle. Into the lane. Too strong off the glass on the shot. And Patterson with the rebound. He promptly threw it right to Gillis. Gillis shot in the lane. No. But he is fouled. Well, that's one thing you can't have if you're going to try to pull off the unthinkable and get an upset if you're the Owls. You can't turn the basketball over like that. As Gillis goes to the line. Gillis is money in the bank from the free throw stripe. He's 89% on the season. Gillis' first free throw up and in. So the Owls have been stuck on three for some time now. Garth Bailey checks in for Warren Wilson as Gillis tries to make it 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. And he does. So it's 10-6 now. The Owls down by 4. Ty Johnson inbound against the trapping pressure. Johnson running the baseline. Gets it into Gagne on the far side. Gagne to Ty Johnson. So Coastal, they're going for the quick steal. If they don't get the quick steal, they back off the press. Ty Johnson, plenty of room to walk it into the forecourt. Johnson top of the key, right side to Bailey. Right back to Ty. From way downtown, buries a triple. It's a one-point ball game. Warren Wilson, now their third three-pointer. They're 3 out of 7. Gillis across the timeline into the forecourt. At the top of the key. Over to Wilson on the right wing. Back to Gillis. Gillis, top again. Swings it over to Cameron. Takes it left of the lane to the baseline. Pull-up shot. No. Tip for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Coastal Carolina. So Gagne's going to, or excuse me, Ty Johnson's going to inbound it over on the baseline. 13 minutes to go here in the first half. Owls with an opportunity to retake the lead. Ty Johnson could not get it in. It looks like Anaga, who's guarding Johnson on the inbound, stepped over the line. So Ty Johnson will inbound it again. Threw it away right to Gillis underneath, who lays it up off the glass and in. What do we have here now? I thought I saw one of the officials call a technical foul. It looked like Anaga stepped over the line again, so he got a warning on the first one. Second one is a technical foul, and Ty Johnson's going to shoot 2 free throws. Boy, there's something you don't see every day. Ty Johnson, 82% from the charity stripe. First one, nothing but net. I don't think I've ever seen that in 13 years that I've been calling games. Ty Johnson hits the second free throw, so the Owls will take that mistake by Anaga, and now Warren Wilson will inbound it again back down the other side of the court. So the Owls will have to go to the length of the court here. Ty Johnson inbounds to Horton Jr. Throws it high for Gagne and threw it into the bench. So right now the press is working for Coastal Carolina, despite the fact that the Owls are hanging around. That is another turnover for the Owls, and that is turnover number 4. Timmy Johnson checks in for Warren Wilson. So Timmy Johnson, Ty Johnson, Garth Bailey, E.J. Patterson, and Justin Gagne. Cameron catches the inbound, drives right of the lane, cut off on the baseline, and his pass deflected out of bounds by Gagne. So Coastal will inbound it with 12:43 left to go here in the first half, and 25 on the shot clock. Gillis over on the near side gets it into Cameron. Cameron top of the key to Gillis. Gillis will back it out near midcourt. Gillis dribbles to the circle, kicks it out to Wilson. Left wing three, goes halfway down, comes back out. A scrum for the ball. It's deflected. Patterson came up with it but threw it away. Gillis comes up with the steal, kicks it over to Cameron. Corner three for Cameron is good. Inbound quickly by the Owls to Timmy Johnson, who breaks the press and gets it into the front court. Timmy Johnson, top of the key, takes it to the right elbow. Toss to Gagne up top. Now it's Bailey on the right wing. Back to Gagne, top of the key. Gagne dribbles right of the lane. Throws left corner to Bailey. Bailey drives in, looking for Patterson. Out to Gagne, fakes the three. Defender went for it. Gagne steps in, shoots another three. That one short, and the rebound on the far side controlled by Wilson, who brings it into the forecourt. Wilson with Gagne on him. Pass top of the key to Curtis. Now to Cameron. Cameron will back it out near midcourt. Guarded by Timmy Johnson. Steps into a three off the back of the rim. No, tip for the rebound. Curtis gets it. Curtis, too strong off the glass, and Patterson collects the rebound. So 11:18 left to go here in this first half. The Owls with the basketball, trailing just by 4. They're hanging around here, folks, and playing well. Timmy Johnson over on the right wing. Johnson looking for a screen, instead takes it baseline, cut off. Bounce past to Patterson in the lane. Out to Johnson, Ty Johnson, top of the key three, it's good. And it's a 1-point ball game again. Owls now 4 out of 11 from behind the arc. Cameron across midcourt. Pass left wing to Wilson. Wilson doubled up in the corner. Scoops it over to Naga, top of the key. His pass deflected. Gagne went for the steal. But coming up with it is Wilson, who drives all the way to the bucket and lays it off the glass. 17-14. Coastal back up by 3. Trapping pressure again. Timmy Johnson. Bounce passes it to Ty, and Ty will walk it into the forecourt. Ty Johnson, the Gagne up top. Gagne steps to the left, shoots a three, and buries it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are tied at 17 midway through this first half. 10:04 on the clock to be exact, and the Owls have that look that they believe. Gillis on the right takes it to the baseline, dribbles in, kicks it out to Wilson, and Wilson left baseline, traveled with the basketball. That will bring us to another timeout. Timeout on the court. We will take it with them. 9:55 left to play here in the first half, and Warren Wilson is tied with the D1 Chanticleers. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. 9:55 left to play here in this first half. It's Warren Wilson all tied up with the NCAA D1 Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here inside the HTC Center. Right now, the Owls, 5 of 14 from the field. All but 2 of their shots are from behind the arc, where they're shooting 5 out of 12. Coastal Carolina, just 6 out of 20. The Owls being out-rebound 13-6. Stephon Cates has come on. Thomas Hay also back out there for Warren Wilson. It's Ty Johnson also out on the court with Garth Bailey. Stephon Cates gets it to Ty Johnson on the right wing as we're back to live action. He takes it to the baseline, fires a three, an air ball, and the rebound controlled by Colton Ray St. Cyr, who's come onto the ball game for Coastal. And underneath, we have an offensive foul on Tristan Curtis. So Tristan Curtis, Cameron, Ray St. Cyr, and Naga. Those are folks on the court for Coastal. Timmy Johnson throws it to Bailey in the forecourt. Alley-oop underneath for Thomas Hay. Two's strong off the glass, but Ty Johnson collects the rebound. It's swung around the perimeter. Now Garth Bailey drives on the baseline. Out to Cates. Top of the key three. It's good! And Warren Wilson takes a 20-17 lead on Coastal Carolina with 9:02 left to go in the first half. Yeah, buddy. Into the forecourt, Cameron on the left wing. Top of the key, Ray St. Cyr. Pass right wing to Anaga. Anaga, toss to Wiggins. Wiggins between the circles with it. Wiggins drives right of the lane, into the lane, puts it off the glass. No, but it's tipped back in by Curtis. 20-19. Inbound to Ty Johnson. Needs some help. Gets it to Cates on the near side. Bounce pass back to Ty, and Ty walks it into the forecourt. Ty Johnson calls out a play. Pass to Cates on the left wing. Guarded by Ray St. Cyr to Bailey. Bailey drives left of the lane. Had it stripped. Ray St. Cyr comes up with the steal. Outlet goes to Curtis. Curtis to Cameron. Cameron into the forecourt. Pass left wing. Three ball no good by Wiggins. Offensive rebound by Ray St. Cyr though. So the Owls having trouble on the boards as Thomas Hay fouls Curtis underneath, which is to be expected against guys that are 6'7", 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", and 6'6". That is 5 team fouls on Warren Wilson now with 8:05 left to go. Garth Bailey checks out. Coming back in is Tyler Triplett. So Coastal will inbound left side of the basket. Gillis to inbound. Hits it into Wilson. Corner three. It's good. And Coastal goes back up by 2, 22-20. Ty Johnson inbound. Now again that trapping pressure. Gets it to Timmy Johnson. Threw it away. It's a steal by Wiggins. Wiggins to the bucket. Fouled hard by Timmy. So Wiggins will have to earn it at the free throw stripe. 7:49 left to go. We're going to have another timeout. Timeout on the court. Coastal Carolina back up, but the Owls hanging around. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here today in South Carolina. Owls trailing, but only by 2. Checking out the upcoming broadcast schedule. We'll be on again Sunday and Monday. The women taking on Concordia Selma. The men back home against Barber Scotia on January 10th. The women will go to Johnson University. So a couple of more games coming up this weekend. and later next week, and then we will be off for the holiday. Right now, the Owls shooting 35% from the field compared to 33% for Coastal Carolina. Leading scorer for Warren Wilson, it's Ty Johnson, 8 points, 2 out of 7 from the field, all from behind the arc. For Coastal Carolina, Gillis has 6 points, 2 out of 4 from the field. Out of the timeout, we will have free throws. Wiggins will take them for Coastal Carolina. So Wiggins on the court with Jang and Naga, also Gillis and somebody else we'll tell you about in a minute, as Wiggins takes the free throw and buries it. For Warren Wilson, it's Patterson, Triplett, Ty Johnson, Stephon Cates, and Timmy Johnson. Wiggins trying to go 2 out of 2 at the line, gets the second one, the rim in. So it's 24-27, 49 left to go here in the first half. Tyler Triplett, the inbound to Cates. Cates quickly into the forecourt. Will back it out, wait for his teammates. Out to Triplett, right wing three is short. Rebound controlled by Anaga. Outlet to Wiggins across midcourt. Top of the key to Anaga. Anaga right of the lane. Floats it up, an air ball. Timmy Johnson with the rebound for Warren Wilson. Timmy Johnson on the far side brings it across midcourt. Owls again right to left on your screen. Johnson drives in, floats it up, no. Patterson with the offensive rebound. Out to Cates. Cates top of the key. Triplett, same spot. Triplett drives right of the lane, goes around a defender. His shot is rejected by Jang. So Jang, who is from Senegal but played basketball in Florida, knocks it out of bounds. Justin Gagne is going to check back in for Stephon Cates. Cates 3 points off the bench. Ty Johnson will inbound over on the right side of the basket. Gets it to Gagne on the right wing. Outlet to Timmy Johnson. Johnson near midcourt will set up the offense with 7:04 left to go here in the half. To Gagne, top of the key. Gagne cut off at the free throw stripe. To Triplett. Triplett, right wing. Double pump. Can't get the bucket. Rebound controlled by Jang. Outlet goes to Wiggins. Wiggins, top of the key. Drives into the lane. Scoops it up off the glass and in. Biggest lead for Coastal, 26-20. Gagne in the backcourt. Now Ty Johnson will walk it into the forecourt. Coastal was able to pull away from Columbia International and Piedmont International because of runs. The Owls have to get buckets here. Ty Johnson strong to the bucket. Can't get the shot, but he does draw contact. That's what the Owls have to do to stay in this ballgame. They have to avoid those long runs. Coastal Carolina won by 31 over Columbia International, but they had a 19-0 run in that game. You take that run away, and Columbia, who Warren Wilson beat earlier this year, is right there with Coastal. Stephen Horton Jr. coming back in. Garth Bailey also returns for the Owls. Ty Johnson, first free throw up and in. 6:30 left to go. Johnson toes the line. Second one no good. Rebound controlled by Gillis. So the Owls down by 5 now. Wiggins into the forecourt. Pass to Gillis. Gillis spins right of the lane. Pull-up jumper, no. And Gagne collects the rebound. Out to Horton Jr. Horton Jr. into the front court. Passes to Ty Johnson on the right side. Toss to Patterson, top of the key. Over to Gagne. Gagne, same spot. Gagne dribbles to the right wing. Gagne, pass up top to Bailey. Bailey dribbles to the left. Back out to Gagne. Gagne will back it out with 13 to shoot. Gagne scoops it over to Ty Johnson. Johnson, top of the key. Good defense here for Coastal. 7 to shoot now. Ty Johnson to the bucket. Kicks it out to Bailey. Bailey, open three. Goes halfway down and comes back out. Jang collects the rebound. Outlet to Wiggins, who gets it into the forecourt. Top of the key to Anaga. To the elbow. Up top, Wilson. Dribbles to the left. Gets it underneath. Jang, left post. Turnaround shot off the back of the rim. No, ball tipped out. Wiggins comes up with it. Gets it underneath to Jang, who tried to slam it home and got fouled. That is team foul number 7 on Warren Wilson. So Bailey picks up his first. It'll be Zhang at the line, 63% free throw shooter. He'll get 2 shots here because he was in the act of shooting. Zhang mixes off the back of the rim on the first shot. Owls down to 27% shooting compared to 32% for Coastal, but they're still hanging around here. Jang trying to salvage the trip here, and he does. So second free throw good, 27-21, 5:24 to go in the half. Justin Gagnier catches the inbound over near the Owls bench on the far side of your screen. Had it tipped out of bounds, so Ty Johnson will inbound it. Gets it to Horton Jr. Owls need to get some buckets here, though. Again, try to prevent any kind of long runs by Coastal. Horton Jr. has the top of the key. Had it poked away, but got it back on the left. Horton Jr. needing some help, and a nope, they called a timeout. Horton Jr. got caught up. Timeout. We'll keep it right here. Ty Johnson up to 9 points now. 3 apiece for Horton Jr., for Gagnier, for Triplett, and for Cates. The Owls, 6 out of 22 from the field, 6 out of 16 from behind the arc. Warren Wilson is being out-rebounded by 9 right now. And that's on par for Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina leads the Big South in rebounding margin at 11.5. Warren Gillis, by the way, for Coastal Carolina, needed 4 points to go over the 1,000-point marker. He's got 6, so congratulations to Mr. Gillis. He is the 19th Chanticleer to reach over 1,000. Out of the timeout, Gagnier has it on the left wing for Warren Wilson, under 5 to play. Gagnier cut off, left of the lane. His pass is tipped, and Wiggins comes up with the steal. Wiggins into the forecourt, pass top of the key to Wilson. Drives into the lane and gets it over Patterson. So Coastal now up by 8 here. Horton Jr. throws a high pass. Gagnier able to catch it, though. Gagnier will bring it into the forecourt. 4:30 left to go. Owls need buckets. Ty Johnson on the right threw it away, and Jang is fouled by Patterson. So I think they're going to say it was before the shot. But this is one of those runs that I was telling you about. The Owls led it 20-19 at the 8:38 mark. It's 29-21 now, so it's a 10-1 run. Tyler Triplett coming back in for Patterson. So it is a 1-and-1. Jang again at the line, 63% coming into play tonight. 1 out of 2 so far tonight. Jang's first free throw, no good. Offensive rebound by Anaga, though. Cut off on the baseline, gets it to Wiggins up top. Quick pass to Gillis over on the right side. Now to Jang. Jang in the lane is stripped, but they say Tyler Triplett got a piece of him. So Jang will go back to the line. That's team foul number 9 on Warren Wilson. Coastal has 2. Stephon Cates is getting set to come in, as is Colton Ray St. Cyr for the Chanticleers. So again, it's a 1-and-1 for Jang. Missed the first one. Got that one to go. Correction, not a 1-and-1. I guess he was in the act of shooting. So Coastal is up by 9 now. Garth Bailey will come out of the ball game. Stephon Cates checking in. 4:18 left to play here in the first half. No halftime interviews with this radio-style broadcast as Jang gets the second free throw, and Coastal up by 10 now. Inbound to Gagnier. Gets it back to Ty Johnson, and Johnson brings it into the forecourt. Owls have 1 point in the last 4 minutes. Ty Johnson strong to the bucket. He's bumped, but like I said, that's just team foul number 3 for Coastal, so we're not even close to free throws on the left side of the court. Ty Johnson gets it to Gagnier in the corner. Gagnier doubled up. His pass is tipped, taken away. Another steal. Anaga comes up with it. Outlet, Ray St. Cyr, and he slams it with one hand. So Coastal now on a 14-1 run. Horton Jr. throws it to Triplett in the forecourt. Triplett pull-up jumper right of the lane, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Jang. Into the front court, it's Wiggins. Wiggins, top of the key. It's a Anaga, same spot. Underneath for Jang. Turnaround shot is good. And it's Coastal by 14. Horton Jr., his pass deflected, and Wilson almost came up with the steal right over near us, but he stepped out of bounds, and that's going to lead us to a timeout. So the Owls started the half strong, but Coastal on a run, and they lead it by 14. We'll step aside. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you. We're inside the HTC Center on the campus of Coastal Carolina. Chanticleers right now leading it by 14. Wherever you're listening from tonight, we do appreciate it. Coastal Carolina picking up the press. Owls starting to turn the ball over. 9 turnovers for Coastal. They have 8 steals. Inbound by Ty Johnson to Timmy Johnson. So Timmy and Ty with Justin Gagne. Danilo Radonjic has come on for the first time. And Stephon Cates. Ty Johnson gets it to Cates underneath. Had trouble with the pass. Able to get it out to Radonjic left of the lane. Now out to Ty Johnson, left wing 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. And Wiggins collects the rebound for Coastal. Pass up top to Jang. Takes it right of the lane. Dumps it underneath. Curtis short on the shot in the lane, but the rebound controlled by Jang. Gets it out Ray St. Cyr over on the right side, and he'll toss it to Wiggins, who will set up the offense for Coastal. Wiggins, top of the key, drives right of the lane. Bounce pass to the cutter, Jang. Got tied up. They call a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Warren Wilson. Owls trying to end this run. They had a 21-19 lead at one point, or excuse me, a 20-19 lead. Since then, they have 1 point in the last 6 minutes. And Coastal Carolina in the middle of a 15-1 run. Timmy Johnson across the timeline into the forecourt, over to Cates, left wing 3, an air ball. And Jang comes up with the rebound. An outlet to Wiggins, who pushes it into the forecourt. Pass up top to Jang. Jang to the elbow. Now Ray St. Cyr gets the pass. Dribbles to the top of the key. Swings it over right wing to Wilson for 3. No good. Tipped rebound. Ty Johnson comes up with it. Outlet to Timmy Johnson. And Timmy Johnson will walk it into the forecourt. Pass over to Ty on the right wing. Out deep. Ty Johnson dribbles to the top. Hands it off to Timmy. Now over to Gagne on the right. Gagne takes it to the baseline. Cut off. Backs it out. 15 to shoot. Under 2 to play here in the half. Minute 52. Over to Timmy Johnson, and his 3 ball got stuck. Got stuck at the rim, so it's a jump ball technically, and it'll be Coastal Carolina's basketball. Anaga coming back into the game as Jang will sit down for Coastal. So Coastal looking to close out the half strong here. They're on a 15-1 run. And looking for more with the basketball. Wiggins walks it into the front court. Bounce pass to Ray St. Cyr on the left elbow. He'll back it out to the wing. Toss to Wiggins. Wiggins between the circles, directing traffic here. Calling for Freeman, who's come on to set a screen. He does. Dribbles in. Now kicks it out. Ray St. Cyr from downtown. And it's good. Gagne. That's it to Timmy Johnson, who brings it into the front court for the Owls. Gets it over to Cates. Cates doubled up, had it poked away. It's a steal by Wiggins. Outlet Ray St. Cyr. Nice pass back to Wiggins. Wiggins tried for the reverse, fouled hard by Cates, and Wiggins will go to the free throw stripe. It's been 7 minutes and 32 seconds since the Owls have hit a field goal. They have 1 point in the last 7:32. Coastal Carolina, Wiggins will go to the line, shooting 69% on the season. He's a perfect 4 of 4 here tonight, though. Make it 5 out of 5 as he gets the first one to go. Wilson comes out for Coastal. Josh Cameron comes on. So Marcus Freeman also on out of that media timeout, the junior from Williamston, North Carolina. Second free throw, no good. Tip for the rebound. Cates comes up with it. An outlet to Timmy Johnson, who brings it across the timeline into the forecourt. Inside 1 minute to play. Timmy to Ty Johnson in the lane. His shot rejected by Freeman. Ray St. Cyr pushes it, takes it coast to coast, gets it to go, and he's fouled. And Coastal Carolina starting to exert their dominance now. The run is up to 22-1. So St. Cyr, he's just 2 out of 8 from the charity stripe this season. Will try to complete the old school three-point play with 48 seconds left to go. He misses the free throw. The ball's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Warren Wilson. So Chanticleers, with 13-second difference between game and shot clock, will inbound it. It will be on for the first time Aaron Law to inbound right of the basket. See if Coastal tries to go 2 for 1 here with the ball in the front court already. Inaga has it top of the key, drives left of the lane, dumps it underneath Freeman. His shot is blocked by Warren Wilson, taken away by Gagne. Gagne into the forecourt, out to Ty Johnson, left wing three. He's open, but missed it. Ray St. Cyr catches the rebound. Shot clock is off. Cameron on the right, back to Ray St. Cyr. Pull up right wing three. He was open, but missed it. Got the offensive rebound. Dumps it over to Inaga. Inaga will back it out. Swings it over to Law. And Law, with 13 seconds, will hold for the final shot. Here's Cameron. Cameron at midcourt now. Driving on Cates into the lane. Dumps it underneath. Freeman had trouble with the pass. Radonjic comes up with the steal. Throws it full court. And it goes off the top of the backboard. So the first half comes to an end. Warren Wilson led it 20-19 at the 8:38 mark. And then Coastal Carolina went on a 22-1 run. As the D1 program leads your Warren Wilson Owls by 20. It's 41-21 here at halftime. Folks, again, no halftime interview, so we're going to step aside for about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll come back with about 3 or 4 minutes left to go here in the half, and we'll give you the first half numbers and all of that good stuff. So take a break, call your friends and loved ones, and then come on back. Warren Wilson down by 20. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Almost time for the start of the second half. Coastal Carolina leading at 41-21. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you at the HTC Center. Glad I'm not back at Warren Wilson right now. We got word that there is a fire inside DeVries Gym. Athletic Director Stacy Enos tweeted me a picture of the fire truck. Fingers crossed that it's nothing serious. I'm trying to get some information from her. I'm sure that she's running around like a crazy person, but folks back home, let us know how you're doing, please. Tweet at me, Facebook me, text me, whatever you prefer. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on over there. So one would assume right now the ladies' game is not happening. And weird night, folks. What can you say? Anyways, let's get back to action here inside the HTC Center in Conway, South Carolina. Coastal Carolina in the first half plus 20 on rebounding. Or excuse me, plus 12 on rebounding, 29-17. Warren Wilson, 11 first half turnovers, 9 steals for Coastal Carolina. For Coastal Carolina, leading scorer in the first half, Siobhan Wiggins, 2 out of 4, 9 points. Elijah Wilson and Colton Ray St. Cyr, both with 7 points apiece. For Warren Wilson, Ty Johnson, 2 out of 10 from the field, 2 out of 9 from behind the arc. He's got 9 points. Tyler Triplett, Stephen Horton Jr., Justin Gagne, Stephon Cates all have 3 points. The Owls in the first half shot 6 of 19 from behind the arc, 6 out of 28 overall. So all of their shots that they made were from behind the arc in the first half. The Owls actually led, if you're just joining us and you're joining us late, the Owls led it by a score of 20-19 with about 8.5 minutes left to go. Coastal Carolina held the Owls without a field goal the rest of the first half en route to a 22-1 run, and they build a 20-point halftime lead. So it's Warren Wilson with the basketball first to start things off here in the second half. Again, Chris Shima, glad to be back with you, wherever you're watching from. As always, we appreciate it. So Ty Johnson will inbound. Ty Johnson, Justin Gagne, Stephen Horton Jr., Thomas Hay, Tyler Triplett, same starting 5 for Warren Wilson. As we're underway here in the second half, Owls moving left to right on your screens and tablets. It's Gagne at the top of the key. Hesitated on the 3 to Triplett on the left wing, looking underneath for Thomas Hay, and it goes out of bounds. A bad pass for Triplett, who turns it over. That is turnover now number 12 for Warren Wilson. So Coastal with the basketball, moving right to left here in the second half. Wiggins brings it into the forecourt, pass to Gillis, over on the right side, gets a screen to the free throw stripe, dumps it underneath Jang, turnaround shot off the back of the rim, no good. It's Curtis with the offensive rebound, and he threw it way high off the glass. Gagne comes up with the rebound for the Owls, pushes it into the forecourt, lost the dribble. Coming up with the steal is Wiggins, bounce passes it to Wilson. Wilson drives, scores, and he's fouled. So Elijah Wilson with 2 more to his total. Wilson now with 9. Wilson, first free throw tonight. He'll try to complete the old school 3-point play. Elijah Wilson, 6 out of 12 from the charity stripe. Wilson, 3-point play complete. 44-21 now. Again, trapping pressure. And the inbound goes to Gagne, looking to go back to Ty Johnson. Had it poked away out of bounds. So Ty will inbound it again. 19:09 left to go in the ball game. Ty Johnson threw it off the back of Curtis, picked it up, and threw it to Gagne in the forecourt. Gagne strong to the bucket, puts it off the glass and in. That is the first field goal for Warren Wilson since the 8:38 mark in the first half. We have 18:50 to go here in the ball game. Wiggins, top of the key to Gillis. Gillis at the free throw stripe. Underneath Curtis, turnaround shot off the glass and in. Curtis at 6'7", being guarded by Hay at 6'3". Not much Thomas Hay could have done there. Gagne drives into the lane, out to Triplett in the corner to Ty Johnson on the left wing. Johnson gets a screen, takes it baseline, kicks it out to Triplett in the corner to Gagne up top, fakes the three, drives in, gets it out. Thomas Hay, left wing three, no good. Rebound controlled by Jang. Outlet to Wiggins, tosses it to Wilson, right wing. He's open for three, no good. Tipped rebound out to Curtis, and Gillis picks it up. So another extra possession for the Chanticleers. Toss goes to Jang. Jang drives into the lane and lost it out of bounds. Turnover gives the ball back to Warren Wilson. 17:51 left to go, and the Owls being doubled up right now by the Chants. Chants went to the NCAA tournament last year. That was a memorable game. They came in as the 16 seed, played the 1 seed Virginia. Justin Gagne, top of the key, catches the pass, buries a three. So the Owls getting a couple of field goals here and trail by 20. They actually led, Coastal Carolina led Virginia at the half in that game. Jang, pass out to Wiggins. Wiggins on the right side. Now to Gillis at the half circle. Underneath for Jang, and he lays it off the glass and in. Again, it's just a matter of size, folks. Coastal Carolina's got about 4 inches on the tallest Owls player underneath. Into the forecourt, Horton Jr. to Ty Johnson on the right, dribbles all the way to the left. Out to Gagne, left wing three off the back of the rim, no good. Gillis with the rebound. Gillis into the forecourt on the near side. Gillis, spin move, now dribbles to the right and tosses it to Wiggins, same spot. Wiggins dribbles to the top of the key. And away from the ball, Thomas Hayes going to be called for a foul on Curtis. That's Hayes' third. Owls with 2 team fouls, 16:41 to go in the ball game. Fresh 35 to work with for the Chanticleers. And it'll be Wiggins, the inbound left of the basket. It's it to Wilson in the corner. Top of the key to Curtis. Good ball movement by Coastal as it swung right side to Wiggins. Underneath Curtis. Curtis spin move, goes glass and scores again. 50-24. Now Cliff Ellis, the longtime head coach, 8th season at Coastal, 40th overall. Knows a good game plan when he sees one. Stephen Horton Jr. dribbles to the half circle and buries a jumper. So Horton Jr. on the board, he's got 5. Chanticleer's in the forecourt, ball poked away from Jang, but he gets it back. Now out to Wiggins. Wiggins, top of the key, drives right at the lane, into the lane, floats it up. No, tip for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Who touched it last? They say Warren Wilson. 15:56 left to go. We have a timeout on the court. We'll step aside. It's Coastal Carolina in control. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. $15:56 left to go here in the ball game. Chris Sheeman back here inside the HTC Center, Conway, South Carolina, on the campus of Coastal Carolina University. A member of the Big South NCAA D1 program. This is the second meeting. It's a D1 program for Warren Wilson. Over Thanksgiving, they lost to Citadel. Out of the timeout, Coastal Carolina with the basketball on their side of the court. Wilson catches it, drives strong to the bucket, can't get it to roll. Jang is there, though, to wham it with the right hand as he clears up on the slam dunk. Into the forecourt, it's Gagne. Gagne takes it to the left elbow. Looking underneath for Triplett, had trouble with the pass. It's deflected off of Tyler, out of bounds. It was deflected about 3 or 4 times. So Gillis will inbound it to Wiggins. For the Owls, Stephon Cates came in for Thomas Hay. Starters also all out on the court. Bounce pass goes to Curtis right at the lane. Kicks it out to Wilson on the right side. It's moved over to the left. Gillis drives strong to the bucket. Blows right past the defense and gets the bucket off the glass. So a layup for Gillis, 54-28 now. Here's Gagne top of the key. Gagne on the right elbow. Gagne threw it away. Bad pass and a steal by Curtis for Coastal. That is steal number 11 for the shots here tonight. Wiggins into the forecourt, top of the key. Pass left wing to Wilson. Wilson gets it over to Curtis left of the lane. Cross court to Gillis, right wing 3, no good. And the rebound controlled by Tyler Triplett. So here comes Warren Wilson, 14:30 left to go in the ball game. Horton Jr. walks it across the timeline into the forecourt to Cates, top of the key. Takes it right of the lane and travels with the basketball. Timmy Johnson's going to come in for Warren Wilson. Horton Jr. will come out. Coming on for Coastal Carolina, it's Josh Cameron and Colton Ray St. Cyr. Also checking in is Michelle Ananga, so they join Jang as well as Cameron out on the court. For Warren Wilson, it's Timmy and Ty, Stephon Cates, Justin Gagne, and Tyler Triplett. Cameron has it on the left wing, dribbles to the top of the key, tosses to Ray St. Cyr on the left wing. Bounce pass to Jang. Jang spins into the lane. Scoop shot is up and good. 56-28, 13:56 left to go in the ball game. Ty Johnson on the right wing, threw it, ball tipped, and Tyler Triplett goes into the backcourt looking for Gagne, threw it away, and Wilson goes coast to coast, and a two-hand jam puts Coastal Carolina up by 30. Owls into the forecourt now. It's Timmy Johnson to Gagne, top of the key. He'll shoot it from about 29 feet out, no good. It's off the front of the rim. Ananga with the rebound. Cameron into the forecourt, drives into the lane, was stripped, but we have a foul called on the Owls. That's team foul number 3 on Warren Wilson. As Cates picks up the foul, we will have another timeout. 13:22 left to go. We will, let's see, is it a 30 or a full? It's a full. So we'll take a timeout with them and come back. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. Chris Sheeman back here in Conway, 58-28. Coastal Carolina up by 30 with the basketball. They'll inbound left side of their basket. It'll be Cameron who inbounds it. Coming on for the first time, Euros Leskovic for Coastal Carolina as he catches the inbound. Now this is Cameron on the right wing with it. 13-12 left to go in the ball game. Cameron takes the top of the key, swings it over to Wilson in the corner. Back over to Cameron, left corner, looking for Leskovic, and it's a steal by Warren Wilson as Leskovic couldn't come up with the pass. Ty Johnson with it. Up top to Garth Bailey, drives in, and his pass intended for Cates on the left baseline is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Coastal. So Ty Johnson will inbound with 27 to shoot and 12:54 to go in the ball game. It goes to Timmy. Now Garth Bailey, who's come into the game. E.J. Patterson also out there for the Owls. Cates left of the lane. Kicks it out to Bailey, left wing three, around the rim, no, and Cameron with the rebound. Cameron throws it to Wilson on the left wing. Wilson looking underneath for Leskovic. Leskovic doubled up. Nearly traveled, but able to get it out to Wilson before he took the extra step. Now the Cameron top of the key. Cameron cut off left elbow. Up top, Wilson. Wilson drives into the circle. Cut off at the free throw stripe to Leskovic. Turnaround hook shot. Caught backboard and nothing else, and the ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Coastal. So it'll be Warren Wilson with the basketball. 12:17 left to go in the ball game. The Owls led Coastal Carolina at the 8:38 mark, 20-19. Patterson has it top of the key. The Cates, same spot. Turnaround three off the back of the rim. No. Ball tipped out, and it's won by Coastal. And Naga comes up with it, brings it into the forecourt. Over to Cameron on the right wing. Tosses to Wilson up top. Wilson drives left of the lane, into the lane. Can't get it back rim, but he is fouled. And Garth Bailey took a shot. Bailey is down, and we will have another media timeout. So with 11:47 left to go, Garth Bailey remains on the floor. We'll check on him as we go to a timeout. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. 11:47 left to go here in South Carolina. Coastal Carolina up by 30. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here tonight. The Owls down to 21% shooting, 6 out of 28 from the field. They are 6 of 19 from behind the three-point line. Coastal Carolina plus 19 in rebounding, 39-20. They have 17 offensive rebounds. Tristan Curtis has 6 offensive rebounds and 8 points. So the Chants showcasing their size against Warren Wilson, and out of the timeout, Wilson is at the line for Coastal, shooting 2 free throws, gets the first one to go. Chris Dillard's come on for the first time for Warren Wilson, the junior from Williamsburg, Virginia. Second free throw is short, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Warren Wilson, so Ray St. Cyr will inbound left side of the basket for Coastal. 11:45 left to go in the ball game. St. Cyr to inbound it. Got it top of the key to Anaga. Toss over to Ray St. Cyr, left corner. Bounce passes it to Leskovic. Doubled up, got it out to Cameron. Right wing three, no good. St. Cyr diving for the offensive rebound. It is a scrum. as a jump ball's called. St. Cyr and Stefan Cates share a laugh. Good sportsmanship there. As Cates and Ray St. Cyr did not want to give up the ball. Jump ball, we will stay with Coastal Carolina. As Siobhan Wiggins comes back into the game. So he'll inbound. As Wilson comes out, gets it to Cameron. Cameron driving left baseline. Cut off by Timmy Johnson. Timmy Johnson knocked it away, and it looked like he stepped out of bounds. So a turnover by Coastal. Owls get the basketball back, 11:22 left to go in the ball game. Timmy Johnson across the timeline into the forecourt with Cameron draped on him. Cameron poked it away right over near us, so Ty Johnson will inbound it on the near side. Gets it to Timmy Johnson out near midcourt. Johnson guarded by Cameron, and Cameron a little over-aggressive, called for the reach. That's just the first team foul for Coastal. Owls have 4 here with 11:11 left to go, so Ty Johnson will inbound it again to Timmy Johnson at midcourt. Timmy drives left of the lane, scoops it over to Cates. Baseline 3 from the left, no good. Cameron with another rebound. Cameron pushes it into the forecourt, and his pass is kicked by Timmy Johnson. So Ray St. Cyr will inbound it left side of the basket. 5 seconds off the shot clock, 10:57 left to go in the game. St. Cyr gets it to Anaga on the left wing, drives in, kicks it out to St. Cyr. Baseline 3 from the left, no good. And underneath we have a foul on Patterson for the Owls. That's team foul number 5 for Warren Wilson. And it'll be Wiggins who will inbound right of the basket. Wiggins skies it for Leskovich on the right wing. Leskovich to Anaga, top of the key. Left wing to Wiggins. Underneath Leskovich. Leskovich, first shot, he was held, and it's a tie-up. Jump ball called, and Warren Wilson will get the basketball back. Coming on for the Chanticleers, it's Marcus Freeman. So Freeman replaces Leskovich. He's out on the court with Ray St. Cyr, Anaga, Wiggins, and Cameron. For the Owls, Timmy and Ty Johnson, Chris Dillard, Stefan Cates, and Patterson. Cates has it between the circles. Right wing to Ty Johnson. Fakes the 3. Drives to the bucket. Can't get the roll. Patterson tried for the tip. That's no good. Tipped rebound comes out to Wiggins. Wiggins into the forecourt. Pass left wing to Cameron. Catch and shoot 3. It's good. So Cameron with a 3-pointer. He's 2 out of 6 from behind the arc. Here's Ty Johnson now, left wing 3. That's no good. Rebound controlled again by Wiggins. Over to Cameron, left wing, same spot, same result as he buries another triple. So Coastal leading it now 65-28 with under 10 minutes to go in the ballgame. Timmy Johnson to Dillard. Dillard has it, top of the key. Scoops it over to Cates on the left. Stefan dribbles to the top, now left of the lane, drives into the lane, looking for Patterson. Missed pass, Patterson saves it to Ty Johnson, and Johnson is stuffed in the lane. St. Cyr comes up with it, dribbles in, dishes it out to Wiggins, left wing 3. He was open, missed it. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Warren Wilson, so we will stay with the Chanticleers. Thomas A. and Justin Gagne checking in for Warren Wilson as Chris Dillard will sit down. Also Patterson. Gillis is back in for the Chants. Here is Gillis at the half circle, guarded by Gagne. 9:20 left to go. Gets it to Anaga, right post, turnaround shot, no. Put back attempt by Freeman on the left side. And for the second time tonight, the ball dies at the rim. On the same basket nonetheless, so jump ball is called. We will stay with Coastal. It'll be Gillis to inbound left side of the basket with 9:16 left to go. Gillis looking for somebody. St. Cyr comes up with it at the free throw stripe. Over to the left corner, Anaga, catch and shoot three, goes in and out. St. Cyr had the rebound. It was deflected. Ty Johnson trying to get it away from Anaga. Anaga wins to the battle, drives to the bucket, and he is fouled. Missed the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Thomas Hay picks up the foul. That's his 4th. 16 fouls on the Owls, so Coastal will be in the bonus with 9:02 left to go on the next defensive set foul. But for right now, it's Michelle Anaga at the charity stripe. He is 60% on the season. First free throw up and in. And what do you love to see when it's 66-28, but more free throws, which will come on the next defensive set foul. Timmy Johnson's going to come out of the game. Stephen Horton Jr. coming back on for the Owls. Again, the Owls will return home on Monday to take on Barber Scotia, we presume. Again, if you're just joining us, there was a fire inside DeVries Gym tonight, and nobody's been able to get back to me as to the extent of things. Freeman on the free throw miss, tried for the tip in, couldn't get it to go, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Coastal. So the Owls will get it back. It's Warren Wilson with the ball. Stephen Horton Jr. into the forecourt, top of the key. It goes to Hay. Gagne with the pass, same spot. Over to Horton Jr. on the right. Step back jumper from 17, no good. And the rebound controlled by Coastal. I believe it was Wiggins. Wiggins brings it into the forecourt. 8:29 remaining in the ballgame. Wiggins scoops it over to Gillis. Gillis drives in, looking underneath Freeman. Freeman puts it up, no. But Anaga is there to clean it up underneath as he puts it up and in. So the lead is now 40. Gagne into the forecourt on the left side, throws cross court to Horton Jr., drives into the lane, and it's stripped, poked away, but Cates is there to clean it up. So Cates gets it back, drives strong to the bucket, and scores. 68-30. Gillis on the left side. Gillis tosses right wing to St. Cyr for three. No good. Freeman's got the rebound, and Freeman is held by Thomas Hay. And Thomas Hay will have an early goodbye as he is fouled out. That's team foul number 7, so Coastal will be in the 1-and-1. When we come back, 7:46 left to go. You're watching, or you're listening to Force a Habit. You're listening to Warren Wilson Basketball on the Owls Sports Network. We'll be back. %38 from the field. Coastal Carolina on the night. Warren Wilson has hit 10 out of 42. 24% shooting from the field. Coastal Carolina in control. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here in Conway. Marcus Freeman at the line for the 1-and-1. 63% free throw shooter during the season. 7:46 left to go. Freeman's first one rims in, so he'll get another one. Coastal Carolina will go to South Carolina State Sunday at 3 p.m. As Freeman misses the second free throw, Horton Jr. comes up with the rebound. The Owls taking on Barber Scotia on Monday with a chance for that 8th win of the year, which would be a best start to the program in recent memory. Horton Jr. drives to the bucket, misses it. Ball tipped out. Gagne catches it, shoots the corner three, can't get it to go, and Freeman collects the rebound. Toss to Law into the forecourt, swings it over to St. Cyr on the left baseline. Back out to Aaron Law. So Law appearing in his 4th game, played some minutes in the first half. On for the first time, it's Ron Traps as he dribbles to the half circle and buries a jumper. So he's on the board. 5 out of 11 on the season now. Tyler Triplett underneath all alone, missed the easy bucket as Horton Jr. got it to him quickly, but Triplett was fouled and he will go to the line. Tyler Triplett, 50% free throw shooter, the junior from Morganton, North Carolina. First free throw off the back of the rim, no good. That's team foul number 3 for Coastal, by the way, with 6:57 left to go. So Coastal a clean played game in terms of fouls. Free throws good, so it's 31 for the Owls now. They trail 71-31. Inbound goes to Law. Horton Jr. some light pressure, but Law into the forecourt. To St. Cyr on the right, dribbles to the corner, now backs it out to the wing. Skies it for Law up top. Law spins into the lane, dishes it out to Traps. Traps fakes the three, drives in to St. Cyr now up top. St. Cyr drives in, too strong off the glass. Put back attempt by Freeman, no good, but his second effort is good. So Freeman on his second offensive rebound with the putback. Into the forecourt, it's Horton Jr., the Cates left corner. Horton Jr. on the left wing. Now to Ty Johnson, top of the key. Drives left of the lane. Out to Cates. Cates still left corner. 14 to shoot for the Owls. Gets it out to Gagne. Left wing from way downtown. And Gagne buries it. So Gagne from about 27 feet out gets it to go. Traps on the right wing. Toss to Law, top of the key. 5:47 left to play in the ball game. Law swings it back over to Traps, and Traps stepped out of bounds on the right wing. So turnover gives the ball back to Warren Wilson. 5:44 to go. Again, the Owls play at home against Barber Scotia on Monday at 7 p.m. Horton Jr. on the right. Over to Ty Johnson in right corner. Johnson will back it out now. Tyler Triplett comes over to set a screen. Ty Johnson had it poked away. It's a steal by Law. Outlet to Ray St. Cyr, who throws it down with 2 hands. So St. Cyr with 2 more. He's got 9 points. Owls in the forecourt now. It's Triplett on the left elbow. Out to Gagne on the left wing. Gagne to Cates, top of the key from downtown. He was open, but missed it wild off the glass. Rebound comes to Coastal. Law into the forecourt, under 5 minutes to go. Traps gets it underneath for Buffkin, who's come on. Buffkin's turnaround shot no good, but he is fouled. So Kyle Buffkin has come on, the sophomore from Stallings, North Carolina. He's 6'10", 230. The tallest Owls player, Danilo Radonjic and Tyler Triplett, are 6'5". Kyle Bluffton has 5 inches on either one of those gentlemen. So Buffkin is at the line for the first time this season. First free throw off the back of the rim, no good. As head coach Cliff Ellis starts to empty out his bench. Josh Cameron will come back into the game. St. Cyr will sit down. Cliff Ellis, 8th year at Coastal, took them to the tournament last year. They're the favorites to go back to the dance this year. Buffkin's second free throw is short. Gagne collects the rebound, and he'll bring it into the forecourt. He also won over 100 games as Gagne bounce passes it to Horton Jr. in the lane. It goes out to Cates now on the left wing. Cates drives left of the lane, the Triplett at the free throw stripe. Horton Jr., quick pass over to Ty Johnson, top of the key 3, and it is good. So Ty Johnson with 3 more to his total. He now has 12 on the night. Inbound goes to Cameron. As I was saying, Coach Ellis, 100 wins here at Coastal, also 100 wins at Clemson, South Carolina, and Auburn, all SEC schools. He has 674 Division I wins. That's 9th all time. He's up there, folks. Cliff Ellis is up there with the Boeheims, with the Krzyzewskis, with the Bob Hugginses of the world. He's in that elite category. Gagne looking underneath for Triplett, and it's a throwaway. So Gagne, bad pass. Coastal Carolina will get it back. With under 4 minutes to go, 3:57 to be exact. It's Law into the forecourt now on the right wing. Law gets a screen from Bufkin, dribbles up top, looking underneath for Bufkin. Bufkin blows the shot, and the rebound controlled by Triplett. So here comes Warren Wilson. Gagne into the forecourt. Gagne, pass up top to Ty Johnson for 3, no good, and Freeman comes up with the rebound. Outlet to Cameron. Cameron over to Traps on the right wing. Back to Cameron, and we have 3 seconds, I believe, or what do we have here? It's an offensive foul away from the ball. Bufkin picked it up, and we will have our final media timeout. 3:22 left to go. 75-37, Coastal Carolina. We'll be back after this. Well, final media timeout. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here in Conway, South Carolina. We're inside the HTC Center, Coastal Carolina University. Owls with the basketball out of the timeout. Danilo Radonjic has come on. He joins Stephon Cates, Justin Gagne, Ty Johnson, and Stephen Horton Jr., the 5 on the court. Warren Wilson, 25% from the field in this game. Coastal Carolina really clamped down after a slow start. Horton Jr. into the forecourt, pass over to Cates on the right wing, open 3, missed it back rim. Freeman collects the rebound for Coastal. So Coastal Carolina is going to win their 12th straight here at home. With under 3 to go, Law drives strong to the bucket, no good. Bufkin got the offensive rebound. He was stripped, and then we have an offensive foul on Coastal Carolina. So Warren Wilson will get the basketball back. 5 team fouls now on Coastal. Well, how about this stretch for Warren Wilson? Tonight is going to wrap up a stretch of 6 out of 7 against NCAA schools. The Owls started this stretch with a win against Pfeiffer. Cates into the lane, misses the shot short, rebound to Coastal. Law will get it into the forecourt. So it started with a win against Pfeiffer back in November. 2 D1 schools here at Coastal as Cameron fires the top of the three-pointer and hit it. Radonjic back down the court, got the pass from Gagne, right post, and his pass is deflected out of bounds. So the Owls, during Thanksgiving break, lost to Citadel. They will fall to Coastal Carolina here tonight. They will go to 2-5 against the NCAA overall this year. Owls with wins over Pfeiffer and Greensboro. That Greensboro game, probably the best game the Owls have played during this stretch, although they played real well at Mars Hill and almost got the win there. Ty Johnson drives strong to the bucket. He's fouled, so Ty will go to the free throw stripe with 2:05 left to go. It is 78-37. 16 foul on Coastal, so the Owls may get into the bonus here. Ty Johnson, 82% at the free throw stripe this season, misses the first one off the back of the rim. And again, if the Owls can win against Barber Scotia Monday night, they will finish with their best start. They've never finished December with 8 wins. That's never been done, or at least not in recent memory. Johnson gets 1 out of 2 at the free throw stripe. Into the forecourt, it's Law. His pass is deflected out of bounds by Horton Jr. Inbound goes to Law. Law out near midcourt. Pass left wing to Ray St. Cyr. Ray St. Cyr drives to the half circle. Gets it out to Law on the right wing. Law gets a screen. Dribbles in, penetrates out to St. Cyr from downtown. The 3 is good. They will count the bucket, but I believe there's an offensive foul underneath. 81-38. We will have Owls post-game immediately following tonight's action. We will give you the final numbers. So that's team foul number 7 for Coastal. Danilo Radonjic was fouled, so Danilo's going to shoot a 1-and-1. Radonjic 33% at the line this season and missed the front end. So Bufkin gets the rebound. And Coastal with 1:35 left to go has the ball in the front court. It's Law top of the key. Pass right wing to Traps. Traps driving on Gagne. Step back jumper from the right elbow. He buried it. Boy, Traps, this is just his 4th appearance of the season in 9 games. He's got a pretty jumper on him. So, player of the future for head coach Cliff Ellis. Justin Gagne on the right side takes it to the baseline. Puts it over to Ty Johnson on the right wing. Johnson to the baseline. Over to Cates top of the key. Underneath Radonjic, he's all alone, puts it up and in. So Radonjic gets on the board, and it's 83-40. We go inside a minute. To be exact, there's 45 seconds left to go in the ball game. Law into the forecourt. St. Cyr on the right wing, guarded by Ty Johnson. St. Cyr takes it baseline. Oh, nice pass by St. Cyr, who got it to Freeman, who dunked it home. Freeman's defender came over to help. St. Cyr recognized it, made a terrific pass. Here's Horton Jr. into the forecourt. Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. Gets it to Johnson. Ty Johnson. Step back 3 from the right baseline is no good. And the shot clock is off, so Coastal Carolina can run this bad boy out. Here is Law into the forecourt now with 10 seconds. So Coastal Carolina goes to 7-2 and 5-0 here at home as the clock hits 0. And one thing that I'm going to say about Coastal Carolina, respect. The folks here, very respectful of Warren Wilson. You see the players shaking hands as the clock was running down. Coastal Carolina, a strong D1 school, but they understand what it's like to be the little guy. They're a mid-major at the D1 level, and a dominating win here tonight over Warren Wilson. Coastal Carolina wins it 85-40, and tip your cap to them, and tip your cap to the Owls, who finish at 7-8 after playing 6 out of their last 7 against the NCAA. Terrific stretch by Warren Wilson, and good luck to the Chanticleers. We can root for them now in the NCAA tournament if they can get out of the Big South. So we're going to step aside here, folks. Owls postgame is coming up next. We'll get you the final numbers here tonight as Coastal Carolina wins. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. Owls postgame. Chants win it 85-40. Final numbers. Coastal Carolina shoots 41% of the field, 25% for Warren Wilson. Warren Wilson, 9 out of 33 from behind the arc, 27%. Coastal Carolina, 7 out of 24 for 29%. Coastal Carolina with 66 rebounds in this ball game. They out-rebound Warren Wilson 66-25. Again, Coastal Carolina's bigs had about 4 or 5 inches on the Owls, so it's no surprise. 32 offensive rebounds for Coastal Carolina in this game. They took 27 more shots than the Owls, and they hit 19 more field goals. Leading scorers for Coastal Carolina, Elijah Wilson, 13 points on 5 of 9 shooting. Also in double figures, Josh Cameron with 12 points, and Colton Ray St. Cyr with 12. Also scoring in double figures for Coastal Carolina, Jang had 11 points to go along with 10 rebounds. Now the numbers for Warren Wilson. Ty Johnson leads the way, 3 out of 16 shooting, 3 out of 13 from behind the arc, 13 points and 2 rebounds to go along with an assist. Justin Gagne, 4 of 8 from the field, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Also scoring in the ball game, Stephon Cates, 2 out of 8 shooting, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Stephen Horton Jr., 2 out of 5 from the field, 5 points and 3 rebounds. Tyler Triplett, 1 out of 7 from the field, 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe, 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Danilo Radonjic, 1 out of 1 shooting, 2 points in 6 minutes. Thomas Hay played 13 minutes, was 0 for 2 from the field with 1 rebound. Chris Dillard played 2 minutes, did not attempt the shot. E.J. Patterson in 12 minutes, did not attempt the shot, had 4 rebounds. Garth Bailey 0 for 2 from the field, no points in 10 minutes. He did have 2 assists. Timmy Johnson 0 out of 2 from the field, did not score, had 3 rebounds. And that is going to wrap it up for the Owls as we take a final look at our broadcast schedule. So we will be back. Check and see how the gym's doing back at Warren Wilson. But we will be back with you on Sunday. The ladies taking on Concordia Selma at 2 p.m. Then the men are back home against Barber Scotia at 7 p.m. And that'll do it for the first half of the year for both teams. So folks, appreciate you joining us here tonight. Once again, your final score, it's Coastal Carolina winning it 85-40, and we'll talk to you again on Sunday and Monday back at Warren Wilson. Have a great weekend, everybody.